Seniac. The new kingdom will be Oil Town. The sea. Why do I hear boss music? Seniac will not put this in the video. Seniac. Let's build Oil Town. Me. What's next? Woodville? Me. About to sleep. Also me after checking my notification. Sleep is for the weak. Seniac. We're pumping, rooting and a tooting. Me. I thought this was a family-friendly channel. And on that note, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Fool's Kingdom here in City Skylines, where last episode we officially built Oil Town. It's our very first kingdom that is industrial based to help us make a ton of cash money moolah to perform tons of expansions. And guess what? It's doing just that, and we're now at the point and ready to start sorting out many of the issues among many of the kingdoms. Now, one of the big ones is, as you can see right now, sewage. It's to the point right now where it starts to have a very, very negative effect on land value. So I really do need to sort that out. I want to do some more expansions to the Fool's Kingdom as well. Just kind of get it up and running. Do some expansions to the brand new oil industry in Oil Town. And hopefully try and make a ton of cash money moolah. So we're now about to go expansion crazy as your boy has nearly 150 big ones in the bank. So if you guys have been enjoying Fool's Kingdom, then please make sure you smash that like button down below. If you are new around here, then make sure you do subscribe so you're notified when that next episode does come out. But right now in Oil Town, we don't really have many problems. Oil Town Corp is just pumping out money like you wouldn't believe. It's glorious. But we're starting to get issues over here. One of the big ones, apart from crime, low land value. Now that's because the sewage. Holy moly, the sewage, Seniac. You need to sort this out right now, which we're going to. We've got enough money right now to slowly start building a we're going to call it a water treatment plant. I've got a nice little location for it as well, and we can slowly start to make the places a little bit more greener. Now, I've already done some kind of road network here that we can really utilize to extend and expand the island right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly pause. And we're going to set up right now some zoning. So I'm going to make this whole little section here commercial. And then the same with this little section over here. This is because it's near the seafront and it's got all those nice little shopping districts and whatnot. And everything else then can pretty much be residential. So I'm going to paint all this in real quick right now. And then we're going to let it build up as the episode continues. And then hopefully by the end, we are pretty much all up and running on this side. Now, these are going to be the expensive houses right here, having that sea view. I mean, at the moment, it's not a sea view. It's a poop view, but they will enjoy it none the least. I need to get a park in here as well. So let's quickly just throw one in. You're a bit too big. You're the perfect size. Let's throw you in just there. Bam. Nice little park for the leisure activities. All good. So does this whole little peninsula have water? Yes, it does. It's all connected to power. All good. Any problems that arise, we'll deal with them. I know I'm currently emptying this landfill site, which is 50% full. So I notice some of them are starting to complain about garbage, but when they really start to complain about garbage is when we'll open it back up again. Now, sewage, boys, sewage. I'm actually going to place it here. Reason being is this highway is going to kind of come around here and bend and going to go up. It's going to leave this kind of area exposed. I don't want to put too much industry on this section because, you know, traffic and whatnot. Water treatment plant, they don't really have any traffic. So I think that's a good little location as we progress into our industrial area. Now, just to make sure that I've got enough room to build it, what I'm going to actually do is we're going to extend the highway a little bit here. So let's see. If I bring it... right, if I had this running... Oh, was that a bit too close? Right, if I had this one running this way, and then that one running that way, then I just want to get these guys all hooked up. So if I bring it to... I mean, it's going to be quite difficult to kind of figure it out, but... If I just bring this all the way down to there, just for me to get an idea of where this is going to be going. And we'll bring that up by 20. Bring that up there. Delete back to there. And then we should be able to do a nice little beautiful bend, 15 by 16. We'll go with that. Same here. Bends round, just got to flip it around the right way. And then push this all the way up to there. Sweet. That is where the highway is going to run. So we get a nice equal spacing as we run along on this side as that road kind of leads up. I think about having like, where we build up here might be a big interchange come down to the highway at the bottom here. I don't know. We'll see. But it leaves me this room kind of open. Now, it is quite a big space, but we're going to need it. So we're going to get and make sure we got our industrial road, which we're going to come up from here. And let's see. If I come up by there, so there's a bit of an equal space from there, and I think I'm going to actually bend it directly from this. So 10 by 9, we'll take that, and it leads into here. And right, so now I got to figure out how much space I'm going to need. So our water treatment plant, at the minute, it's only really going to contain these basins here, which pretty much turn that poop water into clean, well, they're just sewage production buildings. And actually, you know what? They're not as big as I thought they were going to be. So I've actually got a little bit more room. Maybe I can place some garbage trucks around here. Like some garbage plants, maybe. Ooh, that could be an idea. So if I did this, the standard gridded gap there, one fits in there perfectly like this. So, and it's exactly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wide. So if I go for this small road here, right, is that enough to squeeze another one in? No. Let me come back by a bit more. Is that then enough? Yes. Gives a little bit of a space at the back there. I can squeeze one more just in there like this. And then we have a nice row of 3 added in. I don't know if that's the kind of system I want to go with. To be honest with you, I'm not too sure. Let me pause. I know this is costing me money to move stuff, but I'm not sure if that is the system I want to work with. Let me move this one to then here. And if I did a normal road, oh no, don't delete. That fits in a little bit better here. And I think we'll go with that instead. Now, I think that is more than I need when it comes to the sewage treatment. I didn't really take into account how much they cost me. 800 a week. They do a... Whoa, okay. So, currently, my sewage production is $250,000. Just one of these satisfies not everything in Fool's Kingdom, but everything for Freedonia and everything in Oil Town as well. So having 3 of them is a little bit OTT. So what I'll do, I've got them in anyway. So what I'll do is I'll turn you off and I'll turn you off. There we go. We'll give them power real quick. We'll just grab it from over here. Which means I can then officially get rid of these 2 polluters. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. They're now gone. And I can then stop polluting the bay of the Fool's Kingdom. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. So I've got those turned off then. So when we're ready to start using them, we can use them. Sewage treatment is beautiful. So as time goes on, that will kind of sort itself out, all the trash around. That's kind of what will happen. So I've got to also think of ways in which we can improve this, because this was only kind of thrown in just for the sake of it working, but we've got to make it a little bit more efficient. Now I've got a little bit of money left over, so we're going to add in a few more oil buildings over here so we can start making more money. Now we've got in all over here right now these small oil pumps, which are 8,000 a pop. So I'll just get another one there to kind of finish that little section up. And let's take a look at getting a couple of large pumps in next as well. So a couple of large pumps. Let me just kind of see what we've got going on first. So I think I'm going to drop a couple of large pumps just here. So I'll do one there, and one there. Got 3 in just there, which they are 16,000 each. The upkeep on them is really low, $48. That's kind of crazy, isn't it? Then we have a small little drilling well, which I'll get a couple of these in as well. So I think I'll start here. 1, 2, 3. There we go. So that ultimately does transform the oil production over here quite a bit. Just them 3 alone is probably more than what we've got going on right now, give or take. So that's really going to up the production in Oil Town Corp. So if I have a little fast forward then, and I'm going to have a nice little sip of your boy's delicious cup of tea. And we're going to go for 89 barrels of acquisition. I think that's what it was kind of about on, wasn't we? Not too much sure. Oh, I'm not sure. 95 barrels is now gone up to. Which, if we keep exporting those, is going to make some serious cash. Ooh, what was that? Oh, we just upgraded the to a level 3 right now. So it'd be good to actually get a production building on the go, wouldn't it? Whether that would be petroleum or plastics. Yeah, I think that would be a kind of a good little shout, wouldn't it? So why don't we kind of take a look at doing something like that then? So I'm going to lead off this road here for our production buildings right now. Go down to there, say. Bring that road up just to there, where we'll add in our first building to create. Right, it's this one here, isn't it? This is going to create petroleum. So 25,000 for one of these. So should I get 2 in on the go? Right, 1. Have I got enough to do a second one? Yes, I do. I'll do a 3 gap. There's 2 just there. They don't quite have water just yet. They have power. So they will now technically start producing petroleum. And we can sell it for higher value. Now this storage over here is completely full. Seriously full. So hopefully we can use a little bit more of that storage for these buildings over here. Start producing that petroleum. But I could do with an additional storage building, couldn't I? So why don't I just kind of do like a little 3 and a 3 there. And then place down a little storage building just here. There we go. Try and centralize it a bit more. There we go, boys. Which you can store some more goods locally, so we just, as we keep pumping it, we can store it before we're ready to start selling it. And that then should mean Oil Town Corp. Look at that. Oh my good God. The money. 7,000 on the export send for just a second. Yes, please. Petroleum is now heading out. So got to keep an eye on this because we can go quite over the top quite quick. And before you know it, we have traffic for days. So eventually we will get a train line hooked up to them. So that's good. We're making some serious cash just from them. So hopefully this sewage is going to slowly start dying down as time goes on. We don't really have any traffic whatsoever over here. So maybe this is where your boy thinks about. So you have these little singular roads. By 10 there. Is this where your boy starts thinking about putting a few little garbage buildings up here? So where is my garbage? I have 2 recycling centers just over here, which we're going to pause a second while we move them. So one could be squeezed in there. And can I get the other one back to back with it? Not quite. Not quite, not quite, not quite. So if I squeezed it here instead, and then move that one there. It looks a bit funky, doesn't it? I don't think I like the idea of using these skinny roads over here. I should have just kept it nice and simple. So, alright, bring that out by 10. Okay, and we'll place that one there. Is it enough? Yeah, to squeeze that one there. And then get 2 more in. To create like a little miniature square. Do I have any more garbage stuff around? Yeah, we got one over here. And yes is the answer. So I'm going to squeeze another small little recycling thing just there. So you have a nice little combination of a 4. And then the vehicle should run out. Worst case scenario, I can give them a little highway connection to filter out a little bit easier. But if I sort this junction out right and stuff like that, we shouldn't really have many issues. Now, we do have 2 incineration plants over there. That is our coal plant right now and our landfill site, which we're going to have to slightly start moving out the way. If I bring this down by 8, bring that down by 8 as well, just to kind of get off the beaten track. If I bring that across and then straight up so I can eventually get something additional in there. Bring that down by 8. So, and what we'll do as well, for the workers side of things, we'll get, I'm going to unkey these connections like that. So the workers can walk in off that road. This makes the little connection for them a little bit easier, right? And then we'll just keep building up and around this. So that junction there is going to get overloaded quite a bit. We know that. We 100% know that. Do we throw in a roundabout? Maybe. You never know. But just let it have its moment for a second before we kind of start sorting it out. Now, incineration plants. We're going to have to move and relocate these. I could be pushing too much stuff in this area at this point, but we'll just see how it ticks along first. Right, incineration plants just heading over there. Pause. And let's get that connected so we still have the power. And I can't move this until it's completely empty, so we'll just let it keep emptying right now. And I think for now what we'll do is we'll turn the lights off. And just let it do what it's got to do. I could set up some asymmetrical roads, couldn't I, to get the traffic out. But it kind of dispersed anyway. We'll just kind of see how it ticks along. But I know that junction's going to be an issue. I know that, so we'll come back to it momentarily. But that's going to be where our little kind of garbage area is then set up for now. As time goes on and when I can eventually afford it, we'll try and go a little bit more eco-friendly with the garbage production. But yeah, so it looks like we need a police station then around this area. So I'm going to throw you in, turn the anarchy off as well. So this one is going to cost us 480 a week to run. I want it on a spot that's going to be able to access multiple areas. So I think, bam, just there should be good. There we go. So it kind of gets the, you know, most of it. It's in a little short distance of traveling everywhere to get where they peeps need. Oil Town, any issues yet? No, this place is still going strong, still making a killing. Great stuff. Fredonia, on the other hand, they are currently dead persons waiting for transport. They're complaining that there is pollution in the area, and that's probably down to the fact that this is happening. So I'm sorry guys, you're gonna have to put up with it. You shouldn't have became an independent nation from the Fool's Kingdom, should you? So foolish right now. So I want to take a look at this train line, because it's not ideal. The line itself, it's not what I eventually want set up, and I think I do eventually want another little kind of train cargo terminal there as well. So I've got to think of a better way to kind of get something like, I mean, I like the fact that the train line is over here, but this running down I'm not a huge fan of. And I think I want to kind of like bring kind of that in, get rid of this corner bit. So if I deleted that to there, and this is probably going to go against everything right now. Actually, let me kind of reclaim a little. Yes, I'm reclaiming land. You all know how this ends. Right, if I just do that very loosely. Because I'm trying to claim quite a nice big chunk of the bay for our industrial. And if I set up on a key wall... where's the line? So I know that is 20 away, and that would be 10. Right, and that's where I want it to go against. So push that right against the edge. And then bring this down to there. And is it possible to forge out a bend on that? I'm going to go by another 20. Just to see if I can get a little bit closer. 35 by 35. Do you know what? I'll take it. I'll take that little bend. So, yes, I know what this is now going to cause. Flooding. Completely understand that. But it allows me to have this solid wall where the industrialized section of the False Kingdom has been built upon. Gives me that solid line, and that solid line for the water is what we're going to be using for the train lines, additional train lines to run down by. So before I do press play and cause more chaos than you could ever imagine, there's an additional train line that's going to run down, and as it comes up and passes over here, rather than turning, it's going to very naturally connect to this one. And this is going to be the main line. I remember, I've got to do like an initial bypass line and stuff like that. So if I bring that to there, oh, what settings have we got it on? Because that is now starting to dip down. And let's say that that comes to there. Right, I'll sort it all out in just a second. But a 13 by a 13 bend to connect in. So that's how it's going to play out. So that becomes the main line. Then when we attach to this train line, we do like a bypass or kind of like a turn off to get into the station. So other trains haven't got to run through that train station to pass through. We've learned a lot about trains from Woodville. So I've got to sort out the big indentation that this has caused. I don't know why it's done that. So, right, let me pre-select it. So I don't want trees, buildings, or roads. Does that then allow me to select? Oh no, okay, no. Others, is that classed as others? Yeah. So if I select all of them train tracks here and just then simply align them to object height of, for example, U. It's all the same height. Glorious. And then delete you. As the train line comes slightly over, it then comes crashing back down. Simple. Just really, really simple. So I can then delete this. And then we give it a little bit of a length. Let's say to here. And allow the train to turn in. So that allows then, obviously, when we use this as a bypass line, we'll have another train line here. It does the same, so I have to kind of reclaim a little bit more land. The trains aren't having to pass through stations to get to where they need to get to. They have their own little separate turn-off lanes. So let me just smoothen some of this wall there. So I know it's going to cause flooding. But with the power invested in your boy Seniac, I now declare this water reset to sea level. So I know it has issues and other repercussions for other areas. Like these are going to fill back up again. We have a little bit of flooding going on through here, but I think it's all okay. And it gives us now the ability to fully extend the industrial area and other stuff over to this side as well, which is quite exciting. It is quite exciting. So the train line's all set up. All good, all good, all good. I have our little garbage area up and running, ready to go. And I think what we'll do is we'll also have on this. I was going to do like an asymmetrical road, but I'm changing my mind. I'm going to do a 4-lane road leading in. So as the traffic comes out, we have that dedicated right turn. Right. And then for these guys, we have that dedicated turn there and that turn there. And if you're leading out here as well, apart from being able to do that, I'm going to make them turn on that one. So this is the lane that either goes straight on or turns there. And everything else, I might as well do everything else as well. And then that goes straight on. That can also turn there. So it's a little bit chaotic. I like to use the lane connectors because I like to visually see where the lanes are going. Now, it's not perfect, but for now, it will do. For now, it will kind of do to get the vehicles in and out until we set up a better system and I reconfigure this whole area. I might even eventually move that treatment plant over to here instead. That could be a thing, and have the connection down here where there's less traffic. See, there's always that option. There's always that option, but for now, it should be just fine. The False Kingdom is finally not complaining, apart from these guys up here about there's low land value, but that sewage water that did make its way up to here is slowly disappearing, which is a good sign. That's a real good sign right now. Oh, what are these guys complaining about over here? There is not enough buyers for the products, so we could do with more commercial. That will be a good little shout for those guys. Now, how are we doing over here first, though, before I do progress any further? We could spend some money now. We got like quite a bit chunk of change on adding in a few more production buildings. They're complaining about there's not enough raw resources. These are pretty much full anyway, but I could build some more oil stuff. So oil, we got to building these small drills, didn't we? Should we take a look at the large drilling? Yeah, why not? So if I start there, do a free gap, and then do a free gap. So I've dropped down now 3 of those. They've got water. Big oil drills right now, which is going to keep producing for us. And I think at the same time, back to the storage, we're going to drop now some larger crude oil tankers. Like that. Which they can store a lot more oil in. So these 2 little production buildings have more oil local to them. Which they can then pretty much start processing into that petroleum, making us an Oil Town Corp so much more money. It's exciting. It really is. It really is right now. So let them do what they've got to do. And we're going to satisfy the little industrial section over here of the Fool's Kingdom. So that's pretty much now all done. But as it stands, the garbage has been pretty much alright over here, hasn't it? So do I even need this? You know what, I'm going to get rid of it. Get rid of you. The coal plant, which is hilarious because it should be an oil plant, can now be placed. I'm going to place it over here as well, the same where these 2 are. And I can then slowly start working with this area. And I think, how is the education right now? It's not amazing. Okay, I'm about to say, I think I might start doing some high density commercial, but I don't think we're at that point just yet. But I will make a nice little shopping district just here. So, get out of tunnel mode, delete all of you for just a hot minute. And we're going to set up in this little square a nice little shopping district, just like that. Which will mean I'm going to need to make sure we got the bus routes all sorted, which we'll take a look in just a moment. We're going to add in some more residential just here. Just there to fill that up. And now normally I would put commercial on that side there, but let's kind of just use it all as residential as well. We're going to get rid of you. And I know there's pollution here, but for now we'll just drop in some residential. And let me see what I can come up with just here. So that road there should eventually connect to here. But we've got to do like a C-style typed road. So if I came down by 6... by 6, and then the straight bit will connect to there. So if I take it then to by 15, and then 8 by 8, straight in. Bit funky, but it creates that little, it clips the C edge, which is really good. So where can I create a solid strip there, which should actually be upgraded to this style road? There we go. And I think off it, I'm going to come up to about... So I come up by 15. I'm not sure how I feel about that bend. As opposed to a 5 by 5 bend here. And then straight up. So we'll go like that. And we'll throw in a little... path connection just there so people can walk through, and we'll create like a small little park area just there. So that is slightly staggered. I don't know whether to kind of leave it with that little kind of cliff, well, not cliff edge, a little hill on that side of the road. I think we will, because any buildings we build here are overlooking those lower buildings to the sea, or the poop water at this moment. That creates a nice little area. Oh, hold on, power. There we go. That should now give everyone power. Yep. And we're going to fill it up now with more there is so much residential going on over here right now. So much going on. But we kind of need it, don't we? We do kind of need it. We got a nice little shopping district too. Things are progressing just nicely. So. Things are looking good. Right. We need to take a look at then the public transport. So... the previous bus route that I added in was just simply set up for the sake of making sure it maximizes the most amount of people in that area that we did have. So now we have a little bit more peeps on the go. We can extend the lines a little bit. For example, this stop now could be, for example, here. And it could literally drive around the ring road. And then, where's that next stop? It's just there. So I could drag a stop. So if I got rid of that one and placed it... Oh, actually, yeah, because I want to incorporate this area, don't I? So if I place that one just here. So one there before we head back. One there for this kind of area. One there for just there. I'm going to have to do quite a few around here. One there for there. Now, these might be a little bit too close. But what I'm actually doing is putting them on the roads that connect in to the area. So if you live here, you got quite a few choices. You just, take the shortest route that you want. Yeah, that should be all good. Now, another question is, why don't I set up like a clockwise and anti-clockwise route as well? Which, yeah, would be also a very, very good idea. And I think I'm going to change this stop to being all the way over here instead. And then that stops there. I'm going to move this stop just to here instead. There we go. But I don't think just yet I'm going to do that clockwise or anti-clockwise one, whatever one it needs to be. The same route but on the opposite side of the road. Not just yet anyway. And then we have the green route, taking the workers to the industrial area. So just those two simple loops right now maximize everything. They do. So we'll have people stopping. Look, see the amount of people waiting over here right now. Because it kind of goes around on the outer edge. If you lived here, all you got to do is walk down there to the first and local bus stop. Should work wonders for us, boys. It should work wonders. So... as time goes on, I'll eventually get the clockwise, anti-clockwise routes all set up. But for now, it should be able to handle it just fine. More police needed over here. Of course we do. Of course we do. But I think now is the perfect time to just push this land back a bit as it goes all the way up to the edge there, which is probably now going to cause flooding. But I think we'll just key wall it real quick. So we'll go 240 there. I'm going to key wall the majority of, not the whole island, but the majority of it. Is that key wall also the same height, or is the land getting higher over on this side? That's what I want to know next. So, others. Can we align to the object height of you? No, it was that. Well, I mean, it's a little bit of both. It is slightly getting higher, but at the same time, the key wall was not the same height. So leave that for there, which is again going to cause some flooding, but I think it's only a little bit there, and we can hopefully get away with it. Now, the whole reason for that was I could then add in my additional cargo train hub, bam, which the train track first initially just tears all the way through. And then how far did we stick this out before we bent it in? 36 by the looks of it. Which 36 is there for you. That's actually quite a lot, isn't it? And then connect that in. So 2 train stops, quite close to one another, but it divides the industrial area for the exploitation section. Then again, ultimately hoping that it reduces traffic. And it would also be good too. We've seen a lot of vehicles going up and down here. Now, it would be nice to get them to utilize this a little bit more, maybe. And we're going to set up another highway connection over here as well. So it might be a come to... Actually, I won't do it now. But there's going to come to a point where we need to get this going in both ways. So deleting what we've currently got and building another little trumpet junction. And 100% going to get a roundabout here, guys. Don't worry. I know a lot of you want to see some roundabouts from your boy, seeing as I built one recently. We will get one in over here too. Do not worry. Do not worry. But the Fool's Kingdom is slowly coming together. We've done some really good infrastructure work. We've done some, in terms of the trains, we've done some really good expansions as well, which is pretty sweet. So we're having a few little power issues dying about over on the Oil Town right now. So I'm going to drop in a couple of wind turbines just to kind of get that sorted. We have the police. We don't have any fire services over here, which is amazing. That we don't... Where's the police anyway? They're just there. So fire. I'm going to get just here. There we go. They got medical. No medical services? How are these guys still alive? That is what I want. That is the burning question I want to know right now. How are these guys still alive? Well, I'm going to drop that there instead. Do we have death care? Yeah, we have a cemetery over there. Okay, all good. So it gives them a little bit of the services. That's now built back, which is all good. And how is Oil Town Corp? Because that's something else as well. We added so many new buildings over here. I haven't really extended the workforce, like building more people. Building more people? That doesn't make sense. So let's see what we can do here then. So I'm going to create a couple of more additional grids. And see what we can kind of come up with. I think eventually there's going to be like a huge dramatic change this area, because we're really building with no structure. No idea what we're actually fully doing over here. So it would be nice eventually to have some type of structure going on. But we're going to fill all this up now with residential. Get a few more peeps living over on this island. Thus it will bring more workers. Fill them up in Oil Town Corp. It's amazing how much we're actually making from it too. Right, all good. Let it do what it's got to do then. I think we've just really forgotten about Freedonia, haven't we? Have we just legit forgotten it exists right now? I think we might have. Do you know what it could be? It could be the noise pollution from these wind turbines that they could be hating, you know, so much on. So let me move the wind turbines, and I know they're producing less wind up here, which means I have to place in maybe a few additional more. There we go. So all of them combined, do they produce enough power for Freedonia? I think they do. I think they do. And how is that toll booth doing right now? We'll eventually have a second bridge crossing with another toll booth. We'll eventually have it. In terms of money, that toll booth, where did I find it again? Is it here? Is making us $130 a week. Oh wait, no, that's tourism. Seniac, making us, I got excited then. Making us nearly $60 a week. Yeah. Right, not bad. Not bad. So, as we slowly close this episode to an end, we still got so much work to do, but the main thing that we take away from today is, one, we are reducing the pollution in Fool's Kingdom. We've claimed a little bit more land over here for industrial, which I probably might move all this over to here. I've actually created a little waste facility, which again is reducing the pollution. We've expanded the population as well. And Oil Town and Oil Town Corp are now producing more money than ever before, which is really good for us because it then means more money in the bank. And that is the most important part as well. More money in the bank right now, which funds future builds. So we get to that point right now where we can almost carelessly just continually start building, which will be a big help. I want to get these two ends of the highway connected as well, so then people can do the shorter route to drive around to get over to here. And then that key wall is going to continue to go around. It will run out eventually and stop. I'm not going to have it like fixated the whole way around the island, because that would be kind of weird. But that's where we're going to have our big downtown area. This whole section here is where the high density is going to start building, which is going to be really exciting. And then at some point, we'll build another kingdom. But it ain't looking too shabby, boys. It ain't looking too shabby right now. We've got the right stuff on the go, and slowly we are progressing more forward than we ever have done before. Peeps using these, Peeps using that one. We'll disperse the cargo traffic a little bit more evenly, which is good for us. I like that we got a better system set up too. Really, really handy. So guys, hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, smash that like button down below. Until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, good. Bye.